In the previous video, our crew just exited the IDLH environment and completed post-fire gross decon. As they continue in this scenario, Command is not requiring the crew to re-enter the hot zone. This is the point in the incident where Command normally tells everyone to break it down or demobilize. Crews that were in the IDLH and exposed to products of combustion, smoke, will now proceed to the wash station, where they will thoroughly clean their SCBA tools and equipment. This cleaning is currently done at the fire station, but now it will be done on scene at the wash station. This is how we get our version of a clean cab. Again, our goal is to leave the fire scene at the fire scene. Now, let's get into the steps. When a rehab unit is assigned, Decon 1 will coordinate directly with rehab for parking and to set up the wash station.
Dispatch, Decon 1 on scene, staging.
Decon 1, copy, 1929.
Command, Decon 1.
Decon 1, I understand. Coordinate, set up with rehab.
Rehab, Decon 1.
Decon 1, rehab, go ahead.
Do you have a parking location?
On the right side of the street. We'll direct you face to face.
Copy.
Positioning of Decon 1 should be close to rehab, but not to interfere with fire operations. It is important to note that Decon 1 is a large 35-foot box truck and takes up quite a bit of space. The rehab crew will assist Decon 1 personnel in setting up the wash station. All supplies and setup instructions are provided by Decon 1. You'll notice that the markings and buckets used at the wash station are now yellow instead of orange. This is a visual reminder that we are getting cleaner and that the crews are moving from the hot zone towards the cold, healthier zone during this process. Some unique equipment used by Decon 1 is the multi-manifold that will allow for multiple hoses to be used simultaneously. The manifold can be directly attached to a hydrant if necessary. Flushing the hydrant is always important, especially at the wash station, as the smaller nozzles can become easily clogged with debris. Decon 1 will have signs at the wash station to remind crews which pieces of equipment are to be washed with soap and water and which pieces of equipment are more sensitive, which shall be wiped down with department-approved wipes. Before cleaning your equipment, the crew should place their coats, gloves, and hoods off to the side and away from any water runoff.
All equipment that was exposed to products of combustion needs to be thoroughly cleaned. The equipment that must be washed with soap and water includes the irons, the SCBA packs, mask, radio straps, and the exteriors of both the helmet and boots. As you prepare your gear, ensure that the SCBA regulator is securely seated into its cup. The pack and mask need to be thoroughly scrubbed and rinsed, but be cautious to not scratch your mask. The equipment that will be wiped and not washed include sensitive equipment like radios, light boxes, personal flashlights, ticks, and the interior of your helmet. Finally, crews involved in this process should use department-approved wipes to clean their hands thoroughly after handling the equipment. After hand cleaning the SCBA, make sure to charge it and flow air. This is to ensure moisture is removed from the system. Once all items are either washed or wiped, the firefighters will carry their gear and tools back to their apparatus. An important next step is to hang the SCBA packs so they can begin to drip dry while still on scene. The soft goods of the packs do hold a lot of water, so the sooner they are hung, the quicker they will dry. Once all tools and equipment are cleaned in the wash station, crews should assist with any remaining tasks in order to clear the fire scene. In our next video, we'll review the gear exchange process.